Good afternoon. I think I would like to share something with the world today, something that dropped into my spirit while I was driving today coming from the supermarket. Something that dropped into my spirit about man and their conscience and their behavior. The thing is, it's a beautiful and it's a wonderful and it's a fearful thing for us to be made by God. God says that in His word that we were fearfully and wonderfully made. And I know that when God made us, He had good intentions for us, mankind. He had good intention because it is in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27. It says, so God created man in His own image. But when we go back up a little further, in 26, it says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And he said, he gave man power. He said, let them have dominion over the fishes and the sea, and over the fowl in the air and over the cattle and over the earth. So God had good intentions and He had good intentions for us. And continue to say, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. And then 27 comes in and said, and so God created man. So He did it. He said it and He did it. He created man in His own image. The point that I want to make today is that I was looking at man and I was asking myself, what is going on? What is going on? And I like to do that. I like to look into myself and then I look outside. So I was looking and I said, when God created man, God gave man a soul. He gave man a soul. He gave man a body, soul, and a spirit. We don't have God's physical. We don't have God's physical appearance. We don't have God's physical appearance, right? So we don't have to say that, God look like this, God look like that. No, we don't have His physical appearance. What God did, He gave us a mind. That's the soul. He gave us likeness. We have a natural likeness of God in terms of being intelligent. He gave us intellectual. He gave us an intellectual mind. He gave us emotions where we can feel different. Everybody have different emotions at different time. We can feel sad, we can feel happy, we can be frightened, whatever it is. We have the emotions and we also have a will. So here we have a will where we can choose bad or good, wrong or right. God has given us that side, or make us, shape us into that side. And God has emotions, and God is intelligent, and God have will also, because He has will. Yeah, God has will too. So He has given us that. And then the moral likeness is where you find the moral likeness of God. It is presently being formed in every believer who allow God's Spirit to form him to the image of His Son, Jesus Christ, by the Holy Spirit. And we can also see that in Romans chapter 8 and verse 28 to 29. Now, let us look at man's behavior and see what is happening. When God created man, man was innocent. He was innocent until the old Satan, who came into the serpent's body and deceived Eve, because Adam was the one that got the command, not to. But he knew that Eve didn't know it, so he went to Eve. Now he deceived Eve, right? Okay, so what happened now is that Even Adam, and you know the story, you don't have to go over it. They are in love, they are two, the two of them are the same people in the garden. So the two of them are together. So she gave the whatever it is. I'm not going to say nothing about whatever it is, but she and her husband decided to disobey God. They disobeyed God. Yeah, they disobeyed God because they had a will. They could have choose. They had a will. They could have choose. So they chose to disobey God. And here what happened now. When they disobey God now, then it changed from being innocent to now they're conscious. They're conscious. They're seeing, ooh, exactly what God said. When they do that, they're going to know now what is good and what is bad. Knowledge, they're going to have the knowledge of good and bad. Now, what happened now? I'm getting someplace. Just wait with me. Hear what happened now. So man is living in consciousness. They're conscious. Now we are conscious. But all of a sudden, man start to go astray. Go astray because sin is a powerful thing. And I tell man not to play with sin. Sin is a powerful thing. Man started to just get wilder, wild. And you know what happened now? They start digging further in. So they're digging further in and they're going down further into themselves. And what happened now is that when they start going deeper and deeper in themselves now, man now moving from consciousness to unconsciousness. What are we doing in the unconscious world? The unconscious world is for dead people. We're not supposed to be in the unconscious world. And you see how people are wicked and you see people do things and they don't have no heart. They don't have no heart because they're living in an unconscious world. You understand? We have the conscience, we have the subconscious, and we have the unconscious. We have those three. And a lot of people, they have moved from being conscious. They are so unconscious that they don't even know what the day is today. They are so unconscious that they don't even know that God is God and God is in control. When we move from consciousness, you see, you have light, your eyes are open when you're conscious. When you're unconscious, you're in darkness. You're in darkness. That's where the devil wants you to be. You don't want to be unconscious. So you know what I realized? God had to put a stop human being and let human being realize, hey, get back to consciousness. Get back to consciousness. You're living too long in unconsciousness. You don't have a heart no more. You must have a heart because I promise I will give you a heart of flesh, not a heart of stone. So get out of that. Get out of that. It's time to wake up out of their darkness and consciousness. There's where people go and they do their voodoo and their witchcraft and they deal with the devil and all kind of satanic things going in the unconscious world. We need to get out of that world and get back into consciousness so that one day we could live in innocence with God once again. This is what I want to share with every one of y'all. Get out of the unconscious world and get back into the conscious world so that one day you could live in peace with God for all eternity and not with the devil in hell that God prepared for him and his angel. Get out of that world.